Hi, I'm Ethan Frenchik. According to Colorado, as per their website, they've generated over $1.2 billion in tax revenue since 2014 from just the sales and taxing of recreational marijuana. What could our complete country, do in a unified effort to increase tax revenue 50 to 100 times possibly? Better schools, better infrastructure, more jobs, better economic growth? The question of whether or not recreational marijuana should be legalized has been floating around for quite some time now, and has even made some progress in some states. But it's finally time to conclude that recreational marijuana should be legalized without a doubt. The legalization of marijuana would provide billions in tax revenue, being that it is a safer alternative than already legal substances, nor is it physically addictive. To begin, if only one state has produced over $1 billion in revenue from taxing recreational marijuana, what could an entire unified country do? That number can grow exponentially and the improvements could be limitless. But is it really worth promoting a decades-old myth about the danger of marijuana, only to lose the potential benefit of billions of new tax revenue? You may think that this tax revenue would not be morally just, because promoting the use of a formerly illegal drug for so many years would not be beneficial to society. But what if I told you that marijuana has been portrayed worse than its legal counterparts? The National Institute on Alcohol Abuse and Alcoholism reports that 88,000 people die every year for alcohol-related reasons, and the Centers for Disease Control states that 480,000 people die every year from cigarette smoking. Both of these substances are completely legal and used on TV by TV personalities, and they're promoted. And they cause this much death as opposed to marijuana. Have you ever really heard of anybody dying from marijuana? This is not to mention that both alcohol and tobacco are both physically addictive and cost a lot of money every year for people that are addicted to them, while marijuana is not. With the moral standards established by United States laws in allowing legal sale of alcohol and tobacco, there's no arguable reason for marijuana to remain illegal when the legalization could prove billions of dollars worth of improvements for our country. Furthermore, making recreational marijuana legal, as aforementioned, would generate billions in tax revenue for the country. But what positive things can we do with this money as a country? The answer is schools, infrastructure, jobs, and other things. For instance, Colorado uses its tax revenue from recreational marijuana to fund public schools. This revenue that they generate could then be used for building new public schools, renovating old ones, or improving the education infrastructure within the schools. As we all know, the public school system is failing in low-income areas and flourishing in incomes where families make a lot of money. This cycle may be able to be fixed with the implementation of recreational marijuana. Money generated from recreational marijuana tax sales could be funneled into districts that are struggling. A better equipped and better educated population would come from the legalization of recreational marijuana. In addition to funding public education, the proceeds of tax revenue from medical marijuana can be used for infrastructure, things like roads, parks, and public services, some things that we all benefit from every day but take for granted. Finally, more jobs would undoubtedly be created because of recreational marijuana legalization. Think of any other time in the history of America that a new industry has been created. The cell phone industry, internet, millions of jobs have been created from just this alone. And the possibilities are endless with marijuana because the industry has hardly been tapped into yet. Lastly, imagine the United States benefiting from billions of dollars in tax revenue from marijuana. Schools can improve, infrastructure can be improved on, and more jobs can be created. Overall, an even more prosperous economy can develop through the legalization of marijuana. On the contrary, we can choose to ignore the potential positive outcomes of legalizing recreational marijuana and leave the United States economy to not recognize the benefits from medical marijuana tax. In conclusion, the benefits of recreational marijuana cannot be realized without the help of you. Make a call to your local state representative, shoot them an email. Anything besides doing nothing can help. A lot of people choose to take the hands-off approach to this issue and not take a side on whether or not recreational marijuana should be legalized. Taking this approach solves nothing and is a direct negligence to the obvious benefits of legalizing recreational marijuana, such as improving schools, infrastructure, and creating jobs. So I urge you to make a difference in our communities and country by taking the side of legalizing recreational marijuana. Thank you.